Two researchers at Harvard pinged 15,000 people at random moments and found that we are somewhere other than our own lives 47% of the time, nearly half. And when the ground under you is moving, that number climbs, which is why you keep spilling the coffee, dropping the keys, and finding your car in the driveway with no memory of the drive. Welcome back. This is Dr. Lisa, science-backed, soul-supported, the Nezzen community. We're on day 3 of When the Ground Gives Way, and today we're talking about why you keep dropping things when you're stressed. Let's talk about the coffee. Somewhere in the middle of the worst stretch of my life, I noticed I was spilling my coffee every single morning. Not occasionally, every morning. I eventually had to stop drinking it in the car, which is true, because I was arriving at work that one day when I had it all over my jacket and smelled like coffee. And one morning, standing there with a wet counter, wet sleeve, I said out loud, "Why do I do this every stinking morning?" And a poem arrived, more or less whole. And it's grounded in chaos. It's called Mindful Spilled Coffee. And it goes, with an unsteady hand, I spill my coffee every morning. Is it inattention? Do I overfill the cup from inattention? Or perhaps it is purposeful overfilling so that I spill my coffee every morning. Hold on to that last turn because we're coming back to it. First, the science. It's some of the most quietly devastating research in psychology. Matthew Killingsworth and Daniel Gilbert at Harvard University built an app that pinged about 15,000 people at random moments and asked 3 things. What are you doing? What are you thinking about? And how do you feel? Nearly 250,000 samples of ordinary human life. And here's what they found. People's mind were somewhere other than what they were doing about 47% of the time. Nearly half of waking life spent somewhere else. And the second finding is the one that lands harder. Mind wandering predicted lower mood. And it did so even when what people were thinking about was pleasant. The wandering itself carried the cost. It wasn't just a symptom of being unhappy, it ran ahead of it. Now, apply that to a person whose life just came apart. Your attention's not merely wandering, it's being actively recruited all day by an unfinished emergency. Some enormous share of you is back in a conversation or forward in a courtroom or sideways into a bank balance. And what's left over, running your hands. That's the coffee. That's the keys. That's standing in a room having genuinely no idea what you came in for. Arriving in your own driveway with no memory of the last 20 minutes of driving, which should frighten. These are not signs that you're losing your mind. They are the receipts of a mind that is spending 47% of itself somewhere else. And rather more than that, when the ground is moving. And I want to say something to the people who've been quietly worried about this. When your memory got strange and your hands got unreliable, a lot of you privately concluded something was wrong with your brain. Something is happening in your brain, but it's not what you fear. It's attentional load. And when the load moves, it moves. Now, back to the poem and the line that surprised me when it came out of my own mouth. Perhaps it is purposeful overfilling. I overfilled the cup every morning. I filled it past what a human hand could carry, and then I acted astonished when it spilled. And when I finally sat with that, I understood I was describing more than coffee. I was describing exactly how I was living. Take on more than can be carried, carry it anyway, wear the consequences, and repeat it tomorrow. And that's what a spilled cup is trying to tell you. Not that you're clumsy, that you've been filling past the line for a while now, and your hands were the first part of you honest enough to say so. So we don't fix the hands, we stop overfilling, and we start with one cup. Today's practice takes only 90 seconds. Pour 1 cup of something and don't fill it to the top. Leave about the width of your finger as the room at the top. Then stand still and drink the first 3 sips with nothing else happening. No phone, no windows, no scrolling, no planning the day, just the weight of the cup, the temperature of it, and the sips. Now, when your mind leaves, and it will, bring it back to the cup. You're not meditating, you're showing your attention that it's allowed to be in one place. And this is a fabulous exercise, especially if you're someone who lives inside their head. Well, that's day 3. Here's my question for you, and I want an actual answer in the comments. What's the one thing your hands have been getting wrong lately? Is it the coffee, the keys, your phone, the same word typed wrong every time? Tell me. I read every single comment, and I promise you it's a much longer list than you think. If this gave you one easier breath, help me pass it on. Like, subscribe, tap the bell, save it to a playlist, and every share brings one more person into the Nezzen community. That's how we build this, one steadier day at a time. Now, tomorrow, what happens when someone finally stops trying to fix it? This is science-backed, soul-supported. I'm Dr. Lisa, the Nezzen community.